Hey, hope y'all having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Trying to get away from this lawnmower. It was kind of loud. But again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Hope you're having a great day. Beautiful day today. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad today. If you have time to walk today, feel free to take a walk. But again, thank you for your support on this channel. Channel is really growing. Channel is really growing. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support on this channel. Hope y'all having a great day. Great Tuesday. Hope you had a great Monday as well. Hope you had a great Monday. Did a video later in the day yesterday, so uh, haven't did morning talks with you guys in a while. So uh, again, appreciate y'all. Whoever tunes in. Just in a lot of thought. Just in a lot of thought this week about certain things, about life, about pursuing certain things in life. Uh, Sometimes it's fine that you don't want you want better for yourself after a while. You want better for yourself. You don't want to have the same job. You don't want to be stressed out. You don't want to have anxiety. You don't want to just feel so stuck in a box, as far as a career or a job or opportunity. You don't want to be stuck in a box. And I certainly understand that, being in the production field for years, you know, having production jobs for years, you feel like you stuck, you know, having those types of jobs. You can feel like you stuck, and I understand that. I've been through that. I've been in production jobs for 14 years. Since 2011, I had production jobs, and I got to the point after I got laid off from this last production job. I said I don't want to go back to those types of jobs again. If I have to, I would, but if I could avoid going back to those type of jobs as much as I can, I would. I really, would love to elevate to another level, as far as, job situations. And I think it's okay for me to think that way. You know, you don't want to be stuck in a certain position all your life, and that's all you know, and that's all the experience. That's all the experience that you have as far as career-wise. And so, you know, just trying to look for different ventures to go. You know, like I said, sometimes you feel stuck in a certain position that you want to get out of. At a certain time in your life, you want to get out of that certain position, and that's certainly understandable. But again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Hope you're having a great day. But some people may look at you as being lazy, or you're not doing anything because you want to find a certain position. It may take time. It may take patience for you to get the job that you really want. Some people may look at it as you being lazy or being too picky with what you want to do. But if you've been in a certain position for a long time and you don't really like it, it's okay to want to wait for a better opportunity in life. And that way you build your experience. Because a lot of people feel like you should just get whatever's handed to you, and you're okay with that. Be blessed with what you can get. But if you want better for your life, you don't want to be stuck in the same circle of opportunities, you know, have patience and wait for it. You know, I'm not the type of person to tell you should just take any opportunity, but try to think about it and see what you can do. You know, think about it, see what you can do. But I encourage you guys, go for it, what you really want to do in life. Don't let nobody stop you from what you really want to do. Like the title of this video, lazy versus wanting to be less stressed. Some people may think you lazy because you're trying to wait for that perfect opportunity. You're trying to wait for that certain position that you really want to move in, But as you're waiting, really pursue the passions you want to pursue, Pursue the passions. How you doing, Isaiah? How you doing, Kyrie? Pursue the positions you really want to do and see what happens, A lot of people, they get into jobs and they get stuck there for years and years, Especially if you're the type of person that you don't want to get fired, you don't want to quit. I'm that type of person. Once I get a job, I don't want to quit. I want to keep going until something happens. I'm that type of person. Some people, they quit to quit a job, but I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. The wind is blowing real bad out here. But if you really want a certain position in life, sometimes it takes patience. It takes patience to get where you really want to go, and that's understandable. That's understandable to me. Because a lot of people may say, just settle for anything right now until things happen. But if you really know that you can achieve a certain goal, go ahead and have the patience for that position, But again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope y'all pursuing things you want to pursue in life. Hope y'all pursuing the things y'all want to pursue in life. And, stay hopeful that those things are possible. Stay hopeful that those things are possible in life, that you can get to where you want to go. Because, some people may not see your passion, your dreams like you do. Nobody sees your drive like you do. And so, keep going forward. Strive for excellence. Strive for those things that you really want to do in life, and you'll see those things happen. Try to, and I know it's hard. You get fearful of things. What if this happened? What if that happened? What if the best happens? What if the best happens? And a lot of people, like I said in my other videos, deal with anxiety, social anxiety. But what if the best happens? Don't always think of the negative. Think of the positive in situations, what you can get out of it. I think the people that's the most successful, they see what they can get out of it. They push for what they really want to happen, and it happens. You have to speak those things into existence, so those things can happen in your life. You got to speak those things into existence and see what happens. T-Man said anxiety and depression are not for us adults. That's totally not true. A lot of adults deal with depression and anxiety, just like children, just like young people. So that's totally not true. I've dealt with anxiety and depression at an adult age. So that's totally not true. And I'm being respectful. That's totally not true. But people deal with anxiety. A lot of people deal with depression when they get older because sometimes they regret things they should have done when they were younger, and they have these stressful jobs. They have these stressful things happen because of the decisions they might have made when they were younger. But that's not the main cause of anxiety and depression. It can be all types of things. It could be trauma. Adults still deal with trauma from when they were young. A lot of people deal with different traumas that they've dealt with, for a long time. And so, again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all having a great day. Hope y'all pursuing the things that you want to pursue. Hope y'all pursuing the things y'all want to pursue in life. But again, appreciate y'all for y'all support on this channel. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right, peace.